You ever been in a room where the air feels thick, like everyone's holding their breath, waiting for something to break? That's what it felt like at the Pinnacle, this swanky rooftop joint in Chicago, all glass walls and million-dollar views, where the rich close deals over steaks that cost more than my rent. I'm talking about the night Lena Carter, a 25-year-old server with a sociology degree she couldn't yet use, took down a billionaire who thought he owned the world and her. Lena was the kind of person you'd notice but never really see. Grew up in Englewood, sharing a cramped apartment with her mom, Tanya, who worked double shifts at a dry cleaner's, and her little brother, Marcus, fighting a lung condition that kept the medical bills stacking. Lena was sharp full ride to Northwestern, dreams of changing the world through policy, but life had other plans. When Marcus got sicker, she hit pause on school, took a job at the Pinnacle, told herself it was just for now, just till the bills were paid. She wore that crisp black uniform like armor, hair in a tight bun, moving through the restaurant like a ghost polite, invisible, remembering every order down to the exact twist of lemon in your sparkling water. But under that calm, a fire, stoked by years of reading about power, race, and the way the world bends for people like her to stay small. Enter Victor Zhang, tech tycoon, CEO of Nextlify, a data empire worth billions. The guy walked into the Pinnacle like he was royalty entourage buzzing around him, assistants with earpieces, bodyguards eyeing the room like snipers. He didn't just sit at his corner table. He claimed it, ordering $3,000 wine without glancing at the menu, his voice cutting through the jazz like a blade. Lena served him like she did everyone else, steady, professional, unbothered. But Victor? He saw her as a prop, something to toy with. "In my country," he said, loud enough for the whole table to hear, "someone like you wouldn't be trusted with a bottle this expensive." He smirked, waiting for her to flinch. She didn't. Just poured the wine, smiled, and moved on. But you could feel the air tightening, the storm brewing. It got worse. "You're quick on your feet," he tossed out later, clearing a plate. "Probably used to running errands, huh?" His buddies chuckled, that kind of laugh that's more weapon than joy. Lena kept her cool, but inside, her chest was tight. Years of slights like this piling you pevery. "You're so articulate," or "you don't belong here," vibe she'd swallowed. Then came the wine. A clumsy busboy bumped her arm, just enough to tip the bottle, and a single drop hit Victor's custom suede loafers. The room froze. His eyes locked on that tiny red stain like it was a personal attack. "Figures," he spat, standing, voice dripping with venom. "This is what happens when you let her kind serve people like me." Before Lena could say, "I'm sorry," his hand flicked an open-handed slap across her face. The restaurant went dead. Forks stopped clinking. The jazz trio missed a note. Lena didn't move, didn't cry, just stood there, cheeks stinging, eyes burning into Victor's like she was reading his soul. And Victor? He adjusted his cufflinks, turned away, like he'd just swatted a fly. Big mistake. Lena wasn't just a server. She'd trained in Krav Maga, not for fights, but for moments like this when survival meant standing tall. In one fluid motion, she grabbed his wrist, twisted, and used his own weight against him. Thud. Victor hit the marble floor, gasping, one hand clutching his throat, the other flailing in shock. Lena stood over him, voice low, deadly calm. "You think I'm beneath you?" The floor's got a way of evening things out. The room erupted not in chaos, but in awe. A slow clap started, then grew, table by table, not because Lena fought dirty, but because she fought smart. A tourist's shaky phone video caught it all 14 seconds that hit YouTube like wildfire, racking up millions of views by midnight. Hashtags exploded. "Lena stands, not your servant." Servers, baristas, cashiers, people who'd been talked down to their whole lives shared their stories, stitching Lena's moment into a tapestry of defiance. Victor's empire started crumbling. Former employees spilled about his toxic culture, his jokes about race, his habit of tossing resumes from women who didn't smile enough. Nextlify's stock tanked, investors bailed, and the untouchable man was suddenly just a guy on the floor. Lena stayed quiet at first, letting the world roar for her. Then, one morning, she walked onto a talk show, no makeup team, just her in a simple green dress, curls loose, eyes clear. "I didn't fight back for fame," she said, voice steady. I fought back because nobody gets to put hands on Minute at work, not ever. The audience stood, tears falling, cheers rising. Lena didn't chase clout. She started a fund for service workers, spoke at schools, became a voice for those who'd been told to stay silent. She wasn't a hero or a victim. She was Lena, unapologetic, undeniable. Here's the thing: Victor thought money made him untouchable, but Lena showed power's not in your bank account. It's in refusing to shrink. So, what would you do if someone tried to make you small? Would you take the hit, or would you stand like Lena? Drop a comment. Tell me when's the last time you had to push back against disrespect? Share this if it hit you, because this isn't just Lena's story, it's all of ours.